And greetings from Augusta, Georgia, home of James Brown. I feel good. Papa's got a brand new bag. Sex machine! Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Well, not black, but still proud. Anyway, folks, I haven't put out a video in the last 2 weeks, and at first I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal, but I got a whole bunch of folks going, hey, what happened to the videos? Why aren't you putting anything out? Well, truth is, we just had a lot of work on the farm here, and these videos do take a little bit of time to put together because I don't want to give you fake news. So my behind has been behind a plow and not shooting these stupid YouTube videos. However, we are going to continue, and there's going to be some real substance in the next couple of months of videos that I put out. But we're going to have to start off small. And today, we're really just going to talk about the United States Constitution and what it is and what it ain't. All right. And I also want to add this little caveat. I watched the last election, and if Hillary Clinton would have been elected president of the United States, you wouldn't be seeing these videos. You wouldn't. For the simple reason that Alexis de Tocqueville, go look him up, he would have been right, that the American experiment in Republican government would have failed. That's it. I wouldn't be putting out these videos. The reason why Donald Trump was elected president had nothing to do with Hillary, had nothing to do with the fact that he's some kind of TV star, had nothing to do with the fact that he's a multimillionaire, had everything to do with the fact that he's not a part of the establishment. Remember that, folks. He kicked out 16 well-funded Republicans to win that nomination, and he went on to become president. And he went on to become president with the premise that he is going to drain the swamp. I come to you and I tell you, one man cannot drain the swamp, period. The swamp is the Republicans and it is the Democrats. And I am reaching out to you whether you are a conservative or you are a liberal. There's good liberal ideas, there's good conservative ideas. There's horrible policy in Washington. My point is that the guys who sat down and hammered out our original Constitution, they got it right the first time. And over the last 100 years, we've screwed with it or ignored it. As one of my college professors just loves to tell me, the Constitution means whatever the members of Congress decide it means. No. So, before we start talking about the tyranny that is your government, we need to talk about the actual Constitution and what it is. So I want you to stick with me for just a few minutes. We're going to talk about what the Constitution actually is. Now, there's one group that thinks it's this gigantic, great document that should be upheld all the time. You got the other side who thinks that it's archaic, outmoded. It was drafted by a bunch of men who held slaves, so why should we even pay any attention to it? Both of them are wrong. The Constitution, wait for it, it's a contract. That's what it is. It's a contract. Now, you may be saying to yourself, why am I even watching this stupid redneck from Augusta, Georgia, school me on the Constitution of the United States? I know what's in it. I have rights. Well, I will tell you this. I got a little document from a well-known university that basically says when I talk about the Constitution, I may be a redneck from Augusta, Georgia, but I know what the hell I'm talking about. It is a contract. Contracts are the very fabric of our civilization. That is what makes us different from the animals. We eat, we sleep, we shit every single day, just like the animals. Our difference is we make contracts with one another. And the thing that makes, well, there's several things that make a contract. The first is there's got to be more than one party involved. You can't make a contract with yourself. That is a New Year's resolution, and we know how that turns out. So there has to be two or more parties. Second, there has to be responsibility on each of the parties. If I go into a contract with you where I buy your car and I fail to make the payments, then you're going to repossess it because we are in breach of contract. That's what the United States Constitution is, folks. It is a contract. And it is between the national government, the state governments, and you, the people. And that's what makes what they did in 1789 so brilliant, is that out of 4,000 years of human history, nobody came up with the conclusion that a person is actually a sovereign. That you have the right and the ability to consent to be governed. That is the basis of the Constitution. That's what it is. Now, talked about breach of contract. Right now, our national government is way out of breach of contract. I mean, when you have college professors that proclaim that the government can basically interpret the Constitution the way that they want to, you know you got a problem. One man's not going to fix it. And I hope that it doesn't take an armed revolution. But I do want to point something out to you. I'm a farmer. What I love to do is grow things. But I understand the way that the land works. And you see this garden over here? It's coming up really nicely. This garden over here, coming up really nicely. This right here, I've allowed to go fallow because there has to be a check in the nutrients of the soil. That's the same way that our founders came up with the Republican government that we initially started off with. There were checks of everything. And guess what? For much of that period, everything grew very well. All I'm asking is that you keep watching, you keep sharing these videos, because I'm going to start showing you about the tyranny that your government is putting upon you that you really don't even probably notice. Just remember, your Constitution is not some lofty document, and it's not some piece of shit that a bunch of slave owners put together. It's a contract. It's a contract between the national government, your state government. You need to get back to that. End roll.